everybody, and we're here today, Organised Chaos, with my great friends Julia and Christine, and we've got a question about how do you manage your routine of lockdown, because it's completely different to how we manage when we're not in lockdown. Our freedom has changed, but we're free, but in a different capacity. So how do we manage that? I know for me that's something that I'm doing, is realizing that is having a plan, but it's certainly different to my normal one. So yes, I can stay in bed a bit longer. So I make sure that I do. I wake up at the same time, or I might say on Wednesday morning, actually, I'm going to get up at that time and I might have a power nap in the afternoon instead. So we get a lot more choices. And if we're not used to making those autonomous decisions, because if you're working a 9-to-5 job, for example, those decisions are made for you. So it can be quite tricky. So I'm going to ask Christine, what is it you're doing to manage your time?
Well, I've set myself a lot of tasks and achieved only a few, but I'm a bit cross with myself about, when you work all the time, I don't know about you guys, you might be more organised than me, but I've got cupboards that desperately need attention, and I think I've looked at about 2 of them, and I've moved everything out of one and into the hallway to be put in the roof. I haven't thrown it away. I've moved it into the hallway so Kim can put it in the roof, just another place to store it, which is not really what I set out to do. But I do find that I fall into new routines quite easily. If one's taken away from me, I almost instantly create another one. And just walking the dog, and yes, I've been getting up later. So it is easy for me to create routines, but it's not easy for me to always achieve the things that I plan to achieve. Tomorrow is the day, I said this morning, so we shall see.
And what about you, Julia? How do you manage your lockdown routines?
I feel like the world's worst hypocrite. One of my lockdown routines has been eating lots of these little packets of M&Ms that I bought for workshops. And because I've got all these tiny little packets of M&Ms in the house, and of course I'm like just consuming them quite a lot. I've also spent many a day in bed watching Netflix, and the only reason I got up was because the cat put a flea in the bed and I had to get out and watch the sheets and get to talk to you two. So, no. So my plan for this week is to go for a walk. No, I'm kidding. I have found that actually some days are better than others. So some days I've woken up and there's just been this wave of absolute, like, today is the day, and when it happens, I will get stuff done. And so I try and smash things out when I'm feeling it. I do actually find with writing and creating content and all that sort of stuff, that needs to be done. But it gets done sometimes late in the evening. And that might seem strange, but the great thing about lockdown is that time is of no consequence whatsoever. And so actually some of the best stuff and the best work that I'm doing is happening at a time when I normally, people would normally not be at work. So one of the disadvantages is that you can sit around and do nothing for long periods of time if you have the opportunity. And one of the advantages is that you can use your time in different ways. Morning's not creative, very good for me. Afternoons can be really creative for me. So actually I'm getting my work done at random, late to midnight hours, and then just doing things slightly differently. Yeah. So how about
and that's okay. You're learning to realign and manage your time to suit you. And I think for people that are self-employed or in business, they are used to being more motivated to organize their routines, which is useful. However, I'm particularly good at these really good ideas. I'm going to clean this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to feel so good after I do it. But I won't do it today because I don't have to do it today. So I might just have a bit of a break and I don't have any little M&M things to eat, but I can make things. So I think I might make this. We've got because we're renovating our house, and our oven door is so old that it has a large gap when you shut it. There's still a really big gap. So my husband's got a long pole from outside, so we jam the pole up against the oven and have to wedge it against the cupboard door to do our baking. But it works. And you know what? You can leap over that pole and backwards and forwards, and it's quite good exercise as well. So don't have to do gymming. And I find too, Julie, if you sit there and drink a whole lot of water as you're eating your M&Ms, you think, well, that's going to flush it through a lot more fast.
100%.
Yeah, totally.
There's a lot of exercising going on in your house. I'm really, really impressed. The thing that you jump over some log you've got attached.
Well, you
together.
have to get to the kitchen cupboards to get anything out to eat. So because
Make
it's the
sure
pole
you
that's cooking
Wow.
the food.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Brilliant.
thinking about using the pole. What is it when you go under the pole?
A limbo.
Yeah, limbo. I
Limbo.
might put some limbo music on. We could be limbo. Look, get inventive. I'm sure we've got all sorts of things. Our bedroom is currently used as it's multifunctional. It's currently also the office because the office is full of stuff from the other side of our house because we're renovating. So I've got at the end of the bed a massive big theatre light that which hides my wrinkles and makes me look a lot better than I do in real life. And I'm only wearing clothes from the waist up today. And we gotta. There is some quite nice. I've actually got quite good undies on that, nice to the waist, and it's good to be able to do that. Why not? And have a laugh about it. I certainly
Don't
wouldn't go
trip the
to.
camera over.
I wouldn't go to real life work just half dressed. It's not even something I'm going to contemplate. I'd frighten people. Okay, well, that's all from us today. How are you managing your lockdown routines? You have autonomy and you do get to choose.